Hello and welcome and hello. My name is Danny Deals. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more on behalf of executive producer Hurricane Lopez and supervising producer Stock Karen. We would like to say hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Today, we would like to talk with you about the NIO stock, ticker symbol NIO. Stock was up 56 cents on the day and then another 4 cents after hours for a total of 60 cents or 4% gain on the day. The stock has been on a bit of a terror lately. Volume today was again heavy at 116 million shares. Guys, the day's range was 1473 to 1546, so closed very near the high of the day, trading sideways there since about 2 p.m. The stock basically did like a triple peak early, sold off until noon, and then just worked its way back up for the next 2 hours, and then traded sideways and just very slightly down for the last 2 hours of trading. But the stock looked extremely strong, guys. There are very, very few sellers of the NEO stock. Let me get you over to the chart just so I can tell you what I think is going to happen. Again, basically, I'm looking for the stock to come out of this pattern kind of the same way it came in. Um, and you can see, guys, here, this was a critical level. Right about 13.15, 13.20. You can see that was resistance here. It was resistance here. It was what is that? Support, resistance, I don't know, it kind of flipped on me there. But bottom line, it went right through that level yesterday, and then today's candle is very, very bullish. If you look, the entire tail of that candle to within 1 penny is above the entire body of the previous candle. So that is a very bullish candle in my view. Now, if you come over here, you look at the $20.15 level, guys. Oh, excuse me, I'm moving the wrong thing again. If you look at that $20.15 level, guys, this comes into play once, twice, three times, four times, five times, six times, seven times, eight times, nine times. So this was a really important level back all the way through 2022. This level just over $20. Now, um, are we going to get there this run? That's a good question. Now, if you mirror the way we came out of that last run, I feel like what's going to happen is the stock is going to trade up at a fairly rapid clip over the course of, not too long. And then once it hits that $20 and, you know, I don't know, 30 cent, 15 cents, somewhere in this area, then I think the stock's going to start trading sideways again. Until we start to see that real delivery ramp. I think we're going to see a good number at the end of this month, an even better number at the end of August. But I think probably like September into October is where we really, really see that production ramp that we've all been sort of hoping for and expecting low these many months and even years. But this is just what I believe the price action is going to do. I believe we have a very bullish setup here, and I believe the stock wants to go up rapidly in sort of the same succession. See, we had, this is what, about, the 18th, week of the 18th through the 9th. So you got, 2, 3 weeks. So I believe this would be, probably more like in here, something in here, 2 to 3 weeks out. We challenge $20 and we either bounce back off or we start to move sideways and consolidate for another leg up. NIO hits the accelerator. Can the stock make the long distance trip? Trading volume, whoops, real money. That's by Bruce Kamich. Let's take a fresh technical look at the shares of the EV stock maker. So the bar chart below, I can see that the prices have turned up nicely in the recent weeks. NIO trades above the rising 50-day moving average. and above the bottoming 200-day line. So also very bullish there on your moving averages. The trading volume has turned stronger since early May and suggests we are seeing increased investor interest in the stock. The on-balance volume line has been very bullish since early June and tells us that buyers of NIO are being more aggressive than sellers. The moving average, convergence, divergence, MACD oscillator is in a bullish alignment above the zero line. So guys, everything is coming up Millhouse. Everything is bullish right now. The weekly Japanese candlestick chart for NIO below, I can see that the shares have broken the longer-term downtrend. NIO trades above its 40-week moving average line. Yeah, the stock consolidated and then moved well up. So it is past anything, basically anything from, this area back. So we're talking October, late September of 2022. We made the high. So that's almost the high in the last year, or about 10 months or so. So back to this article, the weekly Japanese candle broken long-term downtrend, OBV line. I don't know how much you guys believe in all of this stuff. This daily point figure chart below, I can see that NIO software is projecting a possible target in the 28 area. Yeah, that's not out of the question at all. Weekly point and figure chart of NIO, I can see the same $28 price target as in the daily chart above. So yeah, so that's where this data and this data kind of balance, basically, I think, on that chart. Bottom line strategy, aggressive traders could go long NIO on a pullback near 14 if available. Risk to 12. The 28 area is my price target. So very, very bullish, guys. 28 area is the price target. We're sitting at like 15 bucks. So that's a huge, huge, huge amount of upside. Guys, UBS adjusts NIO price target to 15 from 13. That's very bullish. I saw another one in here. Where was it? Morgan Stanley raises price targets on Chinese EVs, sees potential. Anyway, there was a couple of there was another one in there. I think another upgrade. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it was, but in any case, yeah, Paul Gong of UBS upgraded or reiterated at 15 bucks, which I believe was an increase on his price target. But guys, the analysts are very, very bearish, I would say, for the most part on NIO right now. A lot of the people who have the aggressive price targets have just sort of really kind of given up on the stock and let their target chase the stock downward, which is, it's kind of what these things tend to do. Seeking alpha, they're not huge on NIO. NIO surges as Volkswagen invests in Xpeng. Don't be tempted. NIO brace for a rough quarter. There are one or two bullish articles out there, but mostly it's very bearish, at least on the front page. Going over to CNEV Post, NIO is the front runner in China's premium EV market, and CNEV Post provides you with comprehensive and detailed coverage. NIO adds 29 swap stations in China as it continues month-end push. They added 95 battery swap stations in July, bringing the facility's total to 1,638 in China. And I believe their next closest competitor has about a third of that station. And I don't really think they have any competitors in terms of automotive manufacturers, but there are some other companies working on the battery swap itself, the hardware and the know-how and stuff. NIO's first NIO hub in Netherlands to start trial operations August 8. Guys, this is great news for Europe. The NIO hub will showcase all of NIO's models that have been launched in Europe and will support vehicle purchase, delivery, and maintenance. A big thing with these cars, where do you get them maintained? How do you get them maintained? Your local, mechanic, the grease monkey down the street, he's probably a very smart guy, but he's just not trained on these computer systems, these EVs, these batteries. So it becomes imperative that they're able to service these vehicles, and this first NIO hub in Netherlands, which is starting trial operations here in about a week, is a great first step. How many cars do you guys think NIO can deliver in July? I mean, I realize the month is basically over. We should hear that update, I would assume, tomorrow. What do you think it's going to be? Guys, I'm looking for about 18,000 cars, roughly. I wish it was a little bit more, but hopefully we've had a good push and got a lot of cars out in this last week of the month. Guys, that's the NIO stock. Ticker symbol is NIO. I believe the stock is poised to move up through $20.15. in the next couple of weeks. I believe that's the next line of resistance. But overall, I just believe this company is drastically undervalued. Like EV companies, they just value the companies and the stock based upon their delivery numbers. But if a company has built all this infrastructure, if they have all this technology that makes them superior in the long run, they should not be priced exactly the same as a Li or an Xpeng or a BYD. These are commodity cars. NIO is a luxury brand. NIO is sought after. NIO is not something you're just going to replace on a whim with any other like item, because there is no like item unless you could argue perhaps Tesla, perhaps Xpeng has some similarities, but when you get down to it, battery swap capability is a very, very unique and important selling point for NIO. And we really have to maintain our lead, maintain our grip on that battery swap lead. NIO adds 29 swap stations to China as it continues month end push. And then you go down. NIO exceeds 1,600 battery swap stations in China. They added 12 battery swap stations and 10 supercharging stations, bringing the total to 1,609 and 1,551 respectively. So guys, NIO is aggressively building out infrastructure. That costs money, that costs time, but it's not all about how many vehicles you can deliver. It's building a sustainable, profitable company, and I believe that's what NIO's doing. They've learned from some growing pains, and now it is full speed ahead. Can't wait to see those delivery numbers tomorrow. Guys, tell me down in the comments, how many cars do you think NIO is going to deliver? I'm looking at about 18K. You guys tell me what you think. I would love to hear from you. That's the NIO stock, guys. The date is July 31st, 2023. It's almost 3 p.m. out here in beautiful Los Angeles, 2 hours after the stock market has closed for the day. Guys, what do you think happens? I think the NIO stock continues to rally tomorrow, assuming there are no major problems with the market. I think it's got plenty of legs. I think they're about to ramp deliveries. I think battery swap is extremely important. China is obviously by far the most important EV market, followed by Europe. Americans being a bit slower to change and adopt the new technology. But guys, what do you think about swap? What do you think about NIO's push to build so many this year? Do you think they're overdoing it? Do you think the two sub-brands is overdoing it? How do you feel about the two sub-brands, Alps and Firefly? I wish they could get by with one sub-brand and just sort of make variations on it. It just seems, 3 sets of factories, 3 sets of people, 3 sets of workers, 3 sets of design. It just seems like, a little bit of a bridge too far for me. But right now, I trust NIO's management. I think they know what they're doing. I think they understand the Chinese market and the Chinese consumer a hell of a lot better than I do, as some chunky monkey sitting out here in California who's never been to China in my life. I've been to Chinatown. I like Chinese food, but I certainly don't think that makes me an expert on China or EVs or Chinese EVs or battery swap or, frankly, anything else. Other than how to calculate 8% of a restaurant check. No, guys, but that's the NIO stock. The ticker symbol's NIO. My name is Danny Deals. The show is Un Poco Mas. Thanks a lot for tuning in here on a Monday. We will talk at you again real soon. Let's see if this NIO rally has legs, or let's see if they slam the door and we head back downward tomorrow. A lot depends on the market. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.